Good evening, everyone. And for our discussion board video form number 2, it is based on the ethical violations and board discipline. We were asked, what are the most common reasons for a board to discipline a counselor, and what is your personal reaction as you read through the list? So the most common reasons for a board to discipline a counselor is because a counselor did not follow the rules and regulations they agreed upon prior to becoming a QMHP or LPC. As I read through the list of cases, I was shocked that these individuals thought and truly believed their actions were reasonable. The next question we were asked is, what are some themes you see when you look at the common reasons for board discipline? Some of the common themes I see when looking at the common reasons for board discipline is that the counselors have developed something other than a professional relationship with their clients. The next question we were asked was choose one of the more recent cases and discuss the following points. It was one case in particular that stood out to me, and what was the behavior that led to this discipline. The most recent case that caught my eye was a case that took place on August 21st of this year. In this particular case, the LMHPR in question knew her client prior to becoming her counselor. Once she began working with her, the relationship grew closer, and the QMHPR began letting her client sleep over at her home. As time progressed, the client became pregnant, and she asked her LMHPR to be her child's godmother. The LMHPR accepted and began letting her client and now godson stay at her home. Now, on April 15, 2017, the client overdosed and signed her rights of her son over to her LMHPR. This client later on passed away, leaving the care of her son to her counselor's hands, her godson. Identify and share the ACA Code of Ethics and your professional state code that was violated. The ACA Code of Ethics that was violated are codes ASD, friends or family member, AE5, personal virtual relationship with current clients, A6A, code A6A, previously relationships, and code A6B, extending counseling boundaries. Overall, these codes state that counselors are prohibited from engaging in counseling relationships with friends and family members with whom they have inability to remain objective, and counselors are prohibited from engaging in personal virtual relationships with individuals with whom they have a current counseling relationship. What was the outcome of the Board of Discipline? The outcome of this case was that the LMHPR has been placed on indefinite probation for a period of not less than 18 months of active clinical practice as a resident in professional counseling. The LMHPR was also subject to following the list of 15 rules the board advised her to follow before she would be able to reapply to get her license again. What does the ACA Code of Ethics in your state code say about counselor impairment? The ACA Code of Ethics in the Virginia State Code states that counselor impairment is hazardous and can cause counselors to be more susceptible to burnout, traumatizing, and compassion fatigue. What is a question that I have? I would say a question that I have is that once the counselor's, her 18-month, I guess you could say, suspension is up, how will the board truly know that she will not violate these codes again and do what she did to make this whole situation happen in the first place?